Prepare yourselves, Bond fanatics, as we're about to get ready for an all-time high as I talk about Roger Moore's next-to-last performance as 007 in Octopussy. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews presents the summer of 007. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, so I'm going to be bringing to y'all another review of James Bond. If you've not seen my reviews for the other movies, click on the playlist coming up right about now, there we go. I'll give you a little time to click on that if you haven't seen any of my reviews of the other movies or the Sean Connery ranking. Okie dokie. Now, let's talk about Octopussy, released in 1983 from United Artists, as it was absorbed into MGM, produced by Eon Productions, starring Roger Moore in the role of 007 himself, James Bond, in his sixth performance of the character, and it would be his next to last performance. Directed by John Glenn, and the screenplay was written by George MacDonald Fraser, Richard Maybaum, and Michael G. Wilson. The film's title is taken from a short story by the 1966 short story collection by Ian Fleming, Octopussy and the Living Daylights, which would later become a movie 4 years later. Now, although the film's plot is mostly original, it does, however, contain a scene adapted from the Fleming short story, The Property of a Lady, which was included in 1967 and later editions of Octopussy and the Living Daylights. The events of the short story of this form part of the title character's background and are recounted by her in the film. Bond is assigned the task of following a megalomaniacal Soviet general who was stealing jewelry and other objects from the Kremlin art repository. And this leads Bond to a wealthy exiled Afghan prince named Kamal Khan and his associate Octopussy, and the discovery of a plot to force disarmament in Western Europe with the use of a nuclear weapon. So let's get started. After fleeing from knife-throwing twin assassins Mishka and Grishka in East Berlin, mortally wounded British Agent 009, dressed as a circus clown and carrying a counterfeit Fabergé egg, dies in the residence of the British West Berlin ambassador. MI6 immediately suspects Soviet involvement, and after seeing the genuine Fabergé egg appear at an auction in London, sends James Bond to identify the seller. At the auction, Bond swaps the real egg for the fake one and subsequently engages in a bidding war with exiled Afghan Prince Kamal Khan, forcing Khan to pay £500,000 for the fake egg. After learning that the supposedly real auction egg is also a fake, Bond follows Khan back to his palace in Rajasthan, India, although in story dialogue establishes the saying as New Delhi, where Bond defeats Khan in a game of backgammon. Bond escapes with his contact, Vijay, foiling the attempts of Khan's bodyguard, Gobinda, to kill Bond. Later, Bond is seduced by Khan's associate, Magda, and notices that she has a blue-ringed octopus tattoo. Bond permits Magda to steal the Fabergé egg he had swiped from the auction, fitted with a listening and tracking device installed by Q. Gobinda knocks Bond unconscious and takes him to Khan's palace. After Bond escapes from his room, he listens in on the bug and discovers that Khan is working with Orlov, a Soviet general who is seeking to expand Soviet domination to Western Europe. Bond infiltrates a flowing palace in Udaipur, and there finds its owner, Octopussy, a wealthy businesswoman, smuggler, and associate of Khan. She also leads the Octopus cult, of which Magda is a member. Octopussy has a personal connection with Bond. She is the daughter of the late Major Dexter Smythe, whom Bond was assigned to arrest for treason. Bond allowed the Major to commit suicide rather than face trial. And Octopussy thanks him for offering her father an honorable alternative, inviting Bond to stay on as her guest. Earlier in Khan's palace and later in Octopussy's palace, Bond finds out that Orlov has been supplying Khan with priceless Soviet treasures, replacing them with replicas, while Khan has been smuggling the genuine objects into the West via Octopussy's circus troupe. Khan had purchased the auction egg to prevent its exposure as a fake. Orlov is planning to meet Khan at Karl Marxstadt Schmitz in East Germany, where the circus is scheduled to perform. Khan hires mercenaries to kill Bond, but he and Octopussy gain the upper hand with the assassins, break into the palace, and Bond learns at Q that Vijay has been killed by the goons. Okie dokie. Traveling to East Germany, Bond infiltrates the circus and finds out that Orlov has replaced the Soviet treasures with a nuclear warhead, primed to explode during the circus show at the U.S. Air Force Base in West Germany. The explosion would force Europe into seeking unilateral, disarmament. Armament. Sorry, I'm missing these words correctly. I'm sorry. It's just in small words. In the belief that the bomb belonged to the U.S. and was detonated at the airbase accidentally, leaving the unprotected borders open to a Soviet invasion, Bond takes Orlov's car, drives it along the railroad tracks, and boards the moving circus train. Orlov gives chase, but is killed at the border by East German guards after they mistake Orlov for a defector. Bond kills the twin assassins, Mishka and Grishka, and after falling from the train, commandeers a car to get to the airbase. Bond penetrates the base and disguises himself as a clown to evade the West German police, and he attempts to convince Octopussy that Khan has betrayed her, and she realizes that she's been tricked. She assists Bond in deactivating the warhead. Alright, now to the ending. You know the procedure like always. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, continue on. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Bond and Octopussy return separately to India. Bond arrives at Khan's palace just as Octopussy and her troops have launched an assault on the ground. Octopussy attempts to kill Khan, but is captured by Gobinda. While Octopussy's team, led by Magda, overpower Khan's guards, Khan and Gobinda abandon the palace, taking Octopussy as a hostage. Bond pursues them as they attempt to escape in their airplane, clinging to the fuselage and disabling the ailerons and elevator panels, as well as an engine. In the subsequent struggle with Bond, Gobinda takes a deadly plummet off the roof of the plane and Bond rescues Octopussy from Khan, the pair jumping onto a nearby cliff only seconds before the plane crashes into a mountain, killing Khan. While M and General Gogol discuss the transport of the jewelry, Bond recuperates with Octopussy aboard her private boat in India. End of story, my friends. So what did I think about Octopussy? Well, I'm going to say it's a pretty good movie. Probably not the best of the Roger Moore films, but it's reasonable and all. I mean, the performance of 007, once again by Roger Moore, is good and all. Maud Adams' portrayal of the title character was good. I mean, despite it drew polarized responses from critics and what have you. Let's see, Louis Jordan playing Kamal Khan was good. Christina Wayborn playing Magda. Kabir Bedi as Gobinda. Stephen Burkhoff as General Orlov. Yep. And David and Anthony Meyer as Mishka and Grishka, credited as Twin 1 and Twin 2. Yep. And we're all Not too bad. Now we also had back, just like from previous Bond movies, Desmond Llewellyn as Q and Lois Maxwell as Miss Moneypenny. Since even though Bernard Lee was dead, Robert Brown makes his first performance as M in this one. So anyway, now I do like the action sequences and the locations the film takes place in, which that was really something. That's what critics liked about. But however, they targeted criticism at the plot and humor. But hey, I'm an understanding person, and the plot is, well, reasonable. It's not bad, but it's reasonable and all. But although I've only seen this a few times, and well, this came out 4 months before the non-Eon Bond film known as Never Say Never Again was released, which had Sean Connery back as Bond. But anyway, the film went on to make 187 million worldwide. Still give it another good success. Let's see. John Barry returned after being gone from the last movie or two to do the score for this. Now, of course, its soundtrack featured, well, one of the few songs that was not related to the actual title of the film, and that was All Time High, written by lyricist Tim Rice, which of course John Barry also wrote, and was sung by Rita Coolidge. It was one of 7 musical themes in the James Bond series whose song title does not refer to the film's title. The song did become a big hit for Coolidge, spending a month at the top of the Billboard Adult Contemporary chart and reached number 36 in the Hot 100. So with that said, with some good casting performances and, well, a reasonable story and a pretty good theme song and good music, well, and all that jazz. Would I recommend Octopussy? Well, I'd say give it one try. If you're not satisfied, then don't bother way again. I mean, it's fun in ways, but it's not really one of my favorite Roger Moore flicks. Now, like I said, the theme song "All Time High" is good and what have you. Don't get me wrong. But anyway, that's about it. That's about all I can tell you about this. So, what are your thoughts on Octopussy? Please tell me in the comment section below. If you like this, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a spoiler-free review of the Boss Baby Family Business. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, you may want to check out some of these other films I've reviewed. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of The Tomorrow War, now playing on Amazon Prime. In the upper right-hand corner is my review of The Goonies, presented in memoriam to the late director of that film, Richard Donner. Or if you want some more spy fun, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my recent spoiler-free review of Black Widow. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya!